So I'm David Carrasco. I'm the Neil Rudenstein Professor of the Study of Latin America with a joint appointment in the Harvard Divinity School and the Department of Anthropology. My area of focus is the history of Mesoamerican religions, but through the history of cities. And within that, I'm really interested in the role of ritual and ceremony, and how rituals and ceremony and music and dance all came to play a primary role in the way in which people internalized their own religious worldviews. The sounds of instruments, the singing of voices, music came to have a sacred meaning, a sacred power. That the material world of the earth, of trees, of stone, of clay, is reshaped by the human world. And out of that comes something that is a third thing, which is music and sound and culture. And so what we have here are a number of sort of almost miniatures, small musical instruments, things made out of the earth. We see the earth itself transformed. In some ways, music is timeless. People can hear it, hear ancient music thousands of years old, and yet it'll resonate with people today. And so it is with this collection. So the real underlying reason for trying to understand and hear the music of these ancient American ancestors is because we're really trying to get to know ourselves better. These are not only human beings, these are also the ancient Americans, our ancestors, who we're listening for. One of the things that's important to understand about Mesoamerica was not only was it the place of this primary urban life, primary urban generation, creation of the first cities, but it also was the place where there was a great collision between European cultures and indigenous cultures. And what this did was to destroy an awful lot of indigenous culture. However, what anthropologists and especially archaeologists can do today is they can use what I call the ensemble approach. To understand the musical world of ancient peoples in Mexico, you'd have to look at, first of all, pictorial manuscripts which have survived, both pre-Columbian and some colonial manuscripts painted by indigenous people, which portray music, dances, and ceremonies, and actually can show us quite a bit. Secondly, we combine that with eyewitness accounts. And then you have all these objects that archaeologists have found. And here you have, in a sense, the most powerful record because it's material. It comes out of the ground. Some of them have been preserved beautifully. The fourth kind of resource that we have comes from contemporary ethnographers, people like Professor Jose Cuellar and others, who are able to go into indigenous communities today or mestizo communities and see and hear and actually play sometimes with people who are carrying on some of the ancient traditions. Now, those ancient traditions musically may have changed, but there's also some impressive continuities we found. I think that we're on pretty interesting and pretty good grounds when we try to reconstruct some of the ancient musical practices from Mexico and Mesoamerica.